You're taking the topsail, tend to the master's whistle, till I burst that windy room off.
Good, bosun. Where is the master?
I say now, keep below.
It's the master, my son!
Did you not hear me? Our labour, keep to your cabins. Silence!
Yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
Oh, none that I love more than I love myself. Cheerly, my heart's out of the way, I say. The plague, howling, they are louder than our office all the weather.
Oh, prayers! To prayers! Oh,
The king and prince at prayers. Let's assist them, for our cause is as theirs. Now we'll give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything. The will's above the sun, but I would fain a dry death.
If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel, which had, no doubt, some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, naught knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full porcel, and thy no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee, father. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have with such provision in mine art so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair betide to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou saw'st sink. Sit down, for thou must know further.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour's now come. Canst thou remember a time before we came into this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old. 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Oh, heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence, or blessed was't we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, we were heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither. My sister and thy aunt, called Antonio, I pray thee, mark me, that a sister should be so perfidious, she whom next thyself of all the world I loved, and to her put the manage of my state. Thy false aunt. Dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, having both the key of officer and office, set all hearts i' the state to what tuned pleased her ear, that now she was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked out the verdure. thou attend'st not.
Sir, I do.
I pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, in my false sister awaked an evil nature. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties, she thinks me now incapable. The King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my sister's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom and confer fair Milan with all the honours on my sister. Whereon a treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and, in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Alack, for pity! Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench, my tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I have decked the sea with drops full salt.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries. Knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man!
Now I arise. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses can that have more time for vainer hours, and tutors not so careful.
Heavens, thank you for it. And now, I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind your reason for raising this sea storm.
No thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant. Come. Ariel, I am ready now. Approach. Come.
All hail, great master, grey sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding task, Ariel, and all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I'll divine and burn in many places. On the topsail and the bowsprit would I flame distinctly, and then meet and join.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this coil could not infect his reason.
Not a soul but felt the fear of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. And then, all afire with me, the king's son, Ferdinand, was the first man who leapt, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. Was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And, as thou badest me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son I have landed by himself, whom I left cooling in the air with sighs.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, But there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember what thou hast promised, which has not yet performed me.
How now? Moody, what is thou canst demand?
My liberty?
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without grudge or without grumblings. Thou didst promise to bake me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from Algier, thou knowest, was banished. For one thing she did. They would not take her life, is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant, and for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hests, did she confine thee into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain 12 years. Then was this island, save for a son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag-born, not honoured with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Dull thing, I say so. He, that Caliban, whom now I keep in service, thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Pray, what shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph for the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take this shape, and hither come in it. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well, awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
He is a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But, as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave? Caliban, thou earth, thou, speak.
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise. When? Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam. Come forth.
I'd burst drop on you both. A southwest blow on ye and blister you all o'er.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pen thy breath up.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou first camest, thou strokest, wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less that burned by day and night. And I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle. The first barren place, fertile. Cursed be I that did so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you. For I am of, which first was mine own king, and here you sty me, in this hard rock, whiles you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honour of my child.
Oh, thou didst prevent me. I had peopled else this isle with Calibans.
Abhorred slave, I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak.
Taught me language, and my profit on it is, I know how to curse. The Red Plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hagseed, hence, fetch us in fuel and be quick. Thou art best to answer other business. Shrugst thou, malice? If thou neglect'st or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, pray thee. I must obey. His art is of such power.
So, slave, hence.
Come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands, curtsied when you haven't kissed the wild waves whist. Put it featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, the watchdogs bark. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of shutting chanticleer.
Where should this music be? In the air? Or the earth? It sounds no more. And sure, it waits upon some god of the island, sitting on a bank, weeping again. The king, my father's wreck. This music crept by upon me the waters, alling both the fury and my passion. With its sweet air, thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather, but 'tis gone. Begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones coral made, those the pearls were his eyes, nothing of him that doth fade, both doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See nymphs hourly ring his knell, hark, now I hear them. Ding dong bell.
The fringed curtains of thine eye advance and say what thou seest yond.
What is't? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about! Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, wench, it eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have, such. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess, on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instructions give, how I may bear me. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be a maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens, I'm the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing, as I am now, that wonders, to hear thee speak of Naples. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes beheld my father wrecked.
Alack, for mercy.
Yes, faith, and all his lords.
At first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
They are each in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make. lest too light winning makes the prize light. I charge thee that thou hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it from me. The Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple.
Follow me. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come. Sea water shalt thou drink, thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment. Mine enemy has more power.
Father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
Put thy sword up, traitor.
Beseech you, father, sir, have pity. I'll be his surety.
Silence. Thou think'st there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban, foolish wench. To the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Ah, my spirit! As in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of my ship, my friends, nor this man's threat, to whom I am subdued, but are light to me. Might I, but through my prison once a day, behold this maid, all corners else of the earth, let liberty make use of, enough space have I in such a prison.
It works. Come on. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Follow me. Hark what thou shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwonted which now came from him.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
I don't know about you, Keith, but I thought that was great. And I mean, what a cliffhanger. And I mean, what are they going to do to Ferdinand? Yes, and the other people on the boat, what's happened to them? Well, I guess there's nothing else for it other than to tune in tomorrow to watch part 2. When does it start again tomorrow? 7:30. Oh, but Keith, what if I wanted to watch this part again? Am I able to do that? Oh, so they're going to be putting this act up on Beanface Loons' YouTube channel for everybody to watch again. Amazing. Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to like this video. I might even put a comment down below if I really enjoyed it. I might even subscribe to the YouTube channel so that I get notifications about the streams for the rest of the week. And I'm definitely going to tell all my friends and family about it. I'm going to text them, I'm going to email them, I'm going to give them a ring on the dog and bone. Get it? Because you're a skull? No? Okay. You know, it's so great that this is completely free for everybody to watch. But you know, Keith, I do have a couple of pounds spare in my back pocket. And I mean, I'd love to do something for all these amazing actors who are putting in all this hard work for us. Oh, there's a link. Let me just see where about. Oh yeah, just down there. There's a link for a GoFundMe fundraiser, which people can donate to if they want to and if they can. And all the money is going towards the actors so that they can pay for food and bills and all those kind of things. Because, you know, it is quite a hard time in the arts at the minute, so every penny helps. Speaking of food, though, I better go because I need to go and put our tea on. What? Wait, you already... And you put the oven on? When? Oh no!